Got this going. Boom, yeah. A boom, yeah.
Did you come and see your uncle today?
Oh,
Did you come
little baby went on a walk. Yes,
Did
he
you come and
did.
see your uncle? Yes.
I got a string on this again. Oh my god.
You know what you used to do for every stream? Every time you like get into it, you should do a song.
Well, I actually used to do that off and on a little bit, occasionally. At least when I was doing the Twitch streams, like every now and then I'd have like a little jam or two.
I knew that.
Well, I mean, actually, I do it like intermittently. Sometimes I just like wait like 30-40 minutes, and I just kind of decide to jam on it a little bit.
That's the longest you've ever texted me before? When you were texting me? That's the longest you've texted me.
Really?
Yep. 5:41. Because usually it's like, hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Okay, and then done.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it usually is, right? Little booty poke. What you gonna do about it, huh? What you gonna do about it, little punk? That is the most, like, just happenstance little batch of fur. Looks like a total full-on mustache. And it's adorable.
Total stash. Holy fuck.
Oh, what the fuck? A bear. What? Well, goddamn.
There's the front.
Oh, my lord.
Just like totally demolished.
My god, it looks...
That's what happens when a bear gets caught in your car and doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
I don't. Oh, yeah, look at you. Yeah, look at you staring at both of us like, Yeah. Yeah. What are you looking at your little laps for, huh? Look at your little lips.
I'm gonna go make some rice. I'm hungry.
Okie dokie.
Is it vegetable rice?
It's just the regular fried rice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that feels nice to have the strings all officially all back on here. And she definitely do need a dusting. That is a for show. Oh my lord. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, get a little bit of a shine back on there. Yeah. Yeah, now we're getting a little bit of a shine back. Yeah. There we go. There we go. I want to make sure I probably don't want to use this bloody pick too much. At least not this one. It's my special Sabaton one. I can't get rid of this one, or I can't use this one too extensively. Chris Rollins one. I'm sure he'd appreciate a little good old acoustic folk playing on it though. That kind of has a little bit of a punky little vibe to it. I like that. How should that strumming go? Man, definitely tell I'm still a little rusty, just because it's been kind of 5 minutes since I played along with it, but, oh man, it does indeed feel pretty good to get back on to jamming it for a little bit now, especially since it's been a nice 5 minute. I just hope the D string does not fucking break again, because I swear to fucking God. I'm like having excess of different strings outside of the D1, which is a little annoying. For some reason it feels out of tune. That sounds like it might be in tune. But I have to bend it. those are in tune. Is that in tune? That sounds in tune. Shit, what type of amazing seasoning did you just put in that bitch?
You really want to know? Taco seasoning, chili powder, garlic salt, the paprika. Get your ass down. Taco seasoning, McCormick's, steak seasoning, red crushed peppers, chili powder, and you know the paprika stuff that we put on our, the stuff you put on your pizza. That, garlic salt, pepper, and a little bit of salt. So amazing. Good. You try it?
Nah, I'll take a little bite out of that bitch.
It's hot also.
Oh my god. Let's take like a little bit there.
Oh, and teriyaki sauce.
Oh, I'm just gonna have this nod of just like, yes. Jesus.
Remember I told you a long time ago?
Hmm.
I'm a stoner. I make stoner food.
Hell yeah. Jesus has risen, bitch. That's right, the Jesus has risen.
Hopefully the red peppers and the chili peppers gives it a little heat.
Wait, oh, I forgot to turn this on. And turn this off. There we go. Don't need these on anymore. Ah, come on. No.
It's got some heat.
Tune. Sounds of tune. Yeah, okay, maybe this one is all I'm doing. Okay, why does this one sound out of tune? That's annoying. And my tuner's dead, so I can't exactly use that. You know what? I will at least use one online. Because that works. That's at least something. Let's at least fix this little issue of this singular fucking string not wanting to tune properly, I guess. Here, yeah. There we go. Let's go near the end of it. There we go. That's it. No, that's B. That's right there. Okay, I mean, it's really high up there, but yeah, that's right. Okay. And the B's in tune at least a little bit. Well, I think now it might be a little off just because of that. that's, oh my god. I'll just...
Wow.
I was actually getting out of tune there for a second. There we go. There we go. Play David Allen Coe. I don't know any David Allen Coe, though. I mean, I know a couple songs, but not really many. And definitely ones that most people probably wouldn't know. Like, because at one point I was practicing pretty consistently on different like little like labor songs and stuff, but I haven't gotten into playing them as much just because I had a missing string on the damn thing. But at this point, though, now that I got back, now I'm gonna get back and get into that shit. And luckily, at least a lot of songs I know tend to actually be relatively similar chords and chord progressions at the very least. Because they're usually just taken off of other songs that have already existed, for the most part. They're just, lyrics primarily are just redone in different ways that are obviously, well, more labor-based. And it is a little nippy, so I'm putting my coat on. Man, you bastard, I kinda want more of that.
Huh?
I kinda want more of that now, you bastard. Shit was good.
Go make them.
Well, I'm kinda plopped. I'll do some later, though. Give me an idea of what I'm making tonight, though.
What?
That.
You make it the same way I did.
Honestly, I'm probably the only motherfucker that literally just does this with these. Let's bullshit on the fingers. That's my excuse. And I do believe it is indeed a valid one. But, yeah. Pull up some other tunes, yeah. Ones that I'm not capable of playing quite yet. Though eventually. Just gotta get back into the groove of it. Oh, here's a new one. Steel Inferno. Evil Rain. Ooh, it sounds cool. And it's, okay, it's sounding cool. Oh, they're from Denmark? Nice. Actually, I think this is the first band I've heard from Denmark before. I don't think I've heard many bands out of Denmark. I guess like the closest that I would say would probably be the Faroe Islands, but they're more closely adjacent towards like Iceland. But I guess they're technically under the broader sovereign state of Denmark, though. I know at one point Iceland was, but after World War II, they're just like, nah, we're gonna stay our own thing. The British occupied us as a preemptive way to, you know, not have Germany occupy us, so, you know, they basically said, you're Iceland now. You're no longer Denmark. It's like, okay. Right, this band definitely got like that classic like thrash sound on some block right here. I'll be back. Need drugs. No worries, man. Doc of the Whiskey Wednesday MC. What's up, me? Dude, it's like, what was I doing in your car last night, by the way? Because honestly, like, I noticed I took, like, drunk selfie pics on the way back home. All I remember is I got home after you dropped me off. I don't really even remember, like, going to your vehicle or anything. Like, I honestly don't even remember that part. Because I think at a certain point, my body's like, you go sleep now. And my brain was like... Because then you're hella drunk at 7-Eleven. Was I... Wait, what? Was I actually... Were we actually at 7-Eleven? Were we, or are you just fucking with me? Yeah, we were at 7-Eleven. Really? Yeah, I don't recall that. This is gonna be blunt. Right now, I do not recall that at all. Nothing like about 7-Eleven comes into memory whatsoever. I just remember you dropped me off, like, after we left. Like, that was it. And then I, remember seeing Zukov, and I was like, bye-bye, and I went over here where my friend, where my roommate's crashing. And he thought I was, like, being possessed or some shit, because I was, like, kind of growing off a little bit, trying to, like, full-on fucking, like, get my boots off and shit, so I can go to sleep and get my clothes off to go to sleep and shit. And he thought I was, like, gonna do something to him or something. He's like, are you gonna, like, de-dress and rape me or something? Like, oh, God.
You got any candy? You got any candy?
Not like candy, but, I mean, I have these fucking, I have, like, almonds and these. We were at some,
I have candy.
We were too drunk, you were too drunk, so we drove you home. It didn't
Andrew was fucking drunk as fuck. Don't do that to me again.
Sorry. You were too drunk, so we drove you home, and then Marcus and I returned to 7-Eleven. Why did you... Okay, so why did anyone think it was a good idea for Blackout me to fucking, like, go to a 7-Eleven? I'm gonna go in there next time and be like, you okay, bro? From the cashier, being like, I'm just gonna be honest, like, my friends should have just dropped me off initially instead. I don't know why they let me in here, so whatever happened, I'm truly sorry, because I really... Like, please tell me at least I didn't fuck the place up or anything. I was just like, I'm just being drunk. We didn't realize you were hella drunk until we got to 7-Eleven. We should've just left me in the car! I guess I just followed you? I don't know. Like, I legit do not, like, know at that point. Like, cause that's legit out of my memory. Like, nope, you didn't, fuck the place up. I think you vomited in the parking lot. Did I? See, I don't recall any of this. I felt like I would have noticed if I puked a little bit or something. Because honestly, when I was awake and aware again, when I was trying to get my boots off, and my roommate was like, what are you doing? Are you okay? And I'm just like, like, basically, you didn't actually go inside. We were about to go in, you vomited in the parking lot, and we left. Oh, okay, so it wasn't... Okay, so I didn't go inside. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember the vomiting part. I really don't. I don't remember any of the 7-Eleven shit. See, like, by the time I got home, I felt fine. I was just, like, hella tired, and then by the time I, like, fucking... like, woke up again, it was, like, hella early in the morning, and about 3 a.m. or something, and he was just, like, staring at me like, you okay? Secret footage of you at 7-Eleven. Oh, God. Oh, I've seen this. Drunk guy goes for more beer. Luckily, I'm not this bad. There's many times I've been drunk before, really hella bad, but I've never been this bad. I love the music for it. Oh my god, dude. It's like, oh shit, I'm on the ground, I gotta get fuck up. Ugh. Gravity keeps pulling me down. It's like there's a rope pulling him down, dude. I love it, I love this. I've seen it before. But luckily, I guess I didn't go inside, so none of that happened. It goes on further. I mean, it gets even more hilarious because he, like, crashes into shit and stuff, and he gets escorted out. It's actually pretty fucking hilarious. We brought you home at, like, 3:30 a.m. now. See, now I'm getting contradictory time frames. He said 3 a.m., now you're saying, like, 3:30? Like, what the fuck? Oh, my God.
You were here whenever the fuck you were here.
Okay, there we go. So, yeah, I guess that. We'll just go with that. Most people can't even get that drunk. Most people pass out for first. Yeah, which I guess I did at least one of those. Well, I did both, apparently. Boo-boo. He's a little boy. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How many cars? Like, well, let me read that again. What is that again?
45 cars and 15 to 20 semis.
Involved in a crash, at least one person. Damn, what the fuck happened? Jesus. Jesus, son. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Excuse me, baby, what are you doing? What are you doing down there, huh? Little fruit bat.
Yeah, remember, it's dumbasses. They don't know how to drive.
Yep, gotta love the human species. It's like, here, let me have this gigantic fucking machine and drive around in it. It's like, yeah, you seem like a very safe, responsible individual for that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, shit, I even wouldn't still trust myself to drive around a little, you know, honestly, but like, it's not even really myself, it's just other people. Because I know other people are dumbasses. Like, there's more, unfortunately, dumbasses than not dumbasses, so it's like, all the not dumbasses essentially have to be aware of the dumbasses, not really themselves. So, it's like, oh, God. So that's my big concern if I, you know, whenever I get behind the wheel, or in a car in general, really, it's like, are there going to be other people on this road who are going to be utter idiots and fucking almost kill us? You can't house werewolf and unicorn taller than a huh? A dragon? I don't know, it depends on the dragon. I'm an elf. What are you? 3 to 411 fairy 553 hobbit elf unicorn or werewolf, huh? Cast slip knife fill in toilet. I was pushed.
Would you get off my fate?
Oh. So I guess I'd be a dragon, I guess, because I'm 6'2".
Yeah, you fucking Neanderthal motherfucker.
Too bad I'm not a werewolf. But yeah, why is it taller than a dragon? Wouldn't like, I'd prefer those flipped, frankly. And unicorn, I'd imagine, be like, I don't know where elf is, but I guess because, like, I mean, they have the horn. I guess, like, having the horn and shit will, like, add a little extra height. This is almost always yes. American drivers suck. Yeah. Between dragon and unicorn. So just, like, right in that sweet spot. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I kind of in between, like, elf and dragon, honestly. Oh my god, a bot. My private photo here, it's like, if I want private photos, I have, like, you know, Pornhub, bro. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a bro, that's a bot. But whatever. Is that Fred over there?
I would rather watch porn than anything else.
Well, yeah, I mean, hence I mentioned Pornhub, because, like, there's photos and videos there.
I would rather...
I haven't seen a bot in a hot minute. I know, I kind of want to keep it around. Can we keep it?
What?
Mom, can we keep the bot? It's been the first bot we've seen in ages. This is criminal. What are you giving up? 2 have to go forever. Pizza, ice cream, fries, cake, chips, cookies, chocolate, cheeseburger, soda. Fuck. Fine, unhit it.
Okay, what were the options again?
Okay, 2 of these options have to go forever. Like, you can't have it anymore.
Okay.
So the first, so there's 9, and the first 3 are pizza, ice cream, and fries, and then it's cookies, chips, cake, and then chocolate, cheeseburger, and soda.
Pizza?
Really?
I can't have it.
Oh, cheese.
And...
I guess cheeseburger, too.
No, I can have a little bit of cheese, but pizza has way too much on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Cake.
For me, it'd probably be soda, because I can live without it. And I don't really drink it that often anymore anyway. And then I'd probably...
I can't live without my Pepsi.
Yeah, so for me, it'd probably be soda, and I'd probably say... maybe cake, honestly. Mainly just because, like, I used to love them a lot, but now I can really barely even have a slice of cake because it's just like, ugh, too sugary.
Well, you always gotta realize, whatever is left over, I can make a great stoner dish with.
True.
Well, except for the ice cream.
I thought no chips, but no chips means no tortilla chips, and that means no nachos, and I fucking love nachos. True. That's what, I mean, chips, I like chips just in general. Like, chips are great. Cookies, I mean, I love me some good cookies. Ice cream, I mean, dude, there's no way I'm, like, gonna fucking...
I could give up ice cream.
I mean,
but
I could...
it would piss me the fuck off.
Yeah, like, I could, but, I mean, you would have to compensate me hardcore for something like that. Go
Okay.
soda and fries. If fries are done right, fries can be pretty fucking banging.
If I couldn't have fucking ice cream, you would have to compensate me with fucking gummy worms. Sour trolley gummy worms.
Not a fan of sour.
They're not that bad.
Yeah, for me, it'd probably at least be soda and cake. I mean, cheeseburger. I mean, honestly, the cheeseburger option, I just kind of lump in as just burger.
Okay, is there anything else on there, like meat-wise?
I think the only thing that's meat-wise is the pizza and the burger. Everything else is just like...
We can throw the fucking fries on the fucking burger. On the cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Stoner dish. Hello?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Or chips. Put a little bit of chips on there.
Yeah.
My reason is that whatever you top on fries, say for ketchup, you could put on tortilla chips.
Tartar sauce. With fries. Fucking amazing.
I haven't tried that.
If you go to Burgerville and you get their fries, if you get their fish and chips bags in it, take their tartar sauce, open it, and try the fries with it. Fucking dank. Fucking delicious.
I mean, I would, but like honestly, every time I've been in Burgerville, they're like, I don't know what's up with it, but it's like a curse upon them. I mean, they taste okay, but I don't know what they do to the burgers, but somehow they, like, at least the ones I've always been to, like, the patties are always, like, hella dry. They put way too much sauce on it, and the buns end up being somehow mushy. So it's like you got to dry meat and then, like, mushy patties. It's like, how do you do that? Like, what? How do you reverse, like, the moisture here?
The only fucked up moisture I fucking had is Super Burger. I got their Super Burger, and it was fucking mushy as fuck. I'm like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, I mean...
The patty was a little undercooked.
Yeah, I mean, like, they tend to go a little hard on the sauce, too, a little bit, but...
No, but their fucking Super Burger... Oh my fucking god!
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
dang.
Because it's ground beef mixed in with onions and shit. It's not
ground beef and fucking tartar sauce. Or not tartar sauce. Thousand Island dressing. Fucking dank.
Yeah, it really is.
Even their fucking double... Oh my god. I literally got their Super Burger, and I got onions with it, extra onions on it. Oh, fucking dank.
I need to get a Super Burger again, dude. That shit's too fucking good.
Oh, dude, their double and their fucking super.
Also, there's other forms of potatoes besides fries. If the list only said potato chips, I could live without them.
Check this out. Okay, a super burger is like $6. Guess how much it is with cheese?
$7.
$7.25. I'm like, I'm gonna pay $1.25 for fucking cheese.
I could see like 50 cents extra, but not like $1.25.
If I wanted, okay, I got, I do the nacho fries or whatever they are, the chili cheese fries.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how much bacon is? $2.75. Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah. What do you think I'm thinking?
I love that place, but it's just like, man, these prices.
My burrito went up too.
I know, mine did too. Again.
Mine's $11.
12.
Yeah. That's why why I do.
It's like I love those burritos, but it's like more of a treat, and I like make those fuckers last all day. I savor those burritos now at this point.
Why do you think if I'm usually at work, I only either get chili cheese fries or a fucking burger?
Because it's cheaper.
Because it's cheap.
Yeah, I might honestly need to start doing the same thing.
Are fucking $5, and onions are fucking free. So I'm just like, fuck it.
Fuck yeah. So burrito pulled in inflation. I don't think it's by their choice necessarily. Like, I don't see them being like greedy fucks about it. Like,
they're never greedy fucks, and they watch soccer all fucking day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I actually get kind of okay with that a little bit, because I always like to watch the TV, too, while they're chilling, and sometimes they get, like, hell into it a little bit. We're like, hey, I'm about to, saying something, and I'm just like, oh, something happened over there, and I'm seeing, like, a dude running around like, yeah, or whatever. I'm just like, yep, something.
I'm taking this because I want food to go.
Well, it's yours anyway. I need to try a shawarma wrap. Oh, dude, shawarma's a fucking dank, dude.
You know what I want to try?
I love shawarma.
They're quesadillas.
Oh, I actually have had their, I think they have a beef quesadilla, and those are pretty good.
Oh, do they have breakfast burritos, too? Have you fucking noticed that?
Yeah, and, I actually want to try one of those. I don't, do they have them all day?
I don't know, but I'm gonna get up one of these days and fucking go over and fucking try one, because I really want to try one.
Yeah. Shawarma's good.
Cody said they make really good fucking quesadillas, too.
Shawarma is good, but I prefer gyro.
Gyro?
Yeah.
You mean lamb?
I mean, I love lamb.
Because gyros are made with lamb and beef.
Yeah. Same with shawarmas.
I love fucking gyros.
Dude, yeah.
Gyros are
gyros, shawarmas, dude, I fucking love that shit.
Dude, the ones in my hometown are the same size as fucking super burritos, fucking burritos.
I've had gyros. Sauce is great. Yeah, the tzatziki sauce or whatever the fuck they put on that shit. Oh my god, yes. The only, like, usually, like, every gyro I get, they always have, like, a little bit of tomato, so I usually just say no tomato, but, they have, like, the meats, the sauce, and then, like, a little bit of, like, lettuce, and I think, like, some onions on there, or, like, one other thing.
Where's that?
Just in general, like, every place I've gone to that has gyros.
The worst place you get gyros is Gyro Stop. They're fucking small as hell. They're, like, this big.
How much are they?
Like, fucking $8.
For a tiny little thing?
The ones I get in my hometown,
I could see, maybe having like 4 for $8.
Okay, you see how big the burritos are at Super Burrito. They make gyros in my hometown the same size as those.
Oh yeah, I mean, because like like if you get it like an actual like gyro bread, like it's fucking nice, thick, and big.
Yeah, fucking
it's like fucking like a goddamn plate almost.
Yeah, I mean the length is like this big, and the fucking.
I figured Arby's would be the worst place. Well, yeah, probably Arby's, honestly.
What?
Arby's, because I guess
sucks.
I guess they have gyros.
They do, but they suck. I mean, I can't say they suck. I've had them; they're good, but it's not what I was expecting.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'd imagine it's not like a proper gyro. I would rather
just do their cheddar melt.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fuck this. You're off tomorrow, right?
No, working tomorrow.
What are you working tomorrow? What are you working tomorrow?
Closing. 2:10.
We'll drink tomorrow. I'm fucking tired, dude.
That's all good.
You kept my ass up!
I'm sorry!
No, you know who I'm blaming? Fuck, guy's name. What is it, Stefan?
Logan?
Yeah, Logan's on his fault, fucker.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's a little bit of Stefan's fault too, because he was there with you.
I just booked my flight to Hawaii, Lamau. You going to Hawaii now?
Why?
I guess why not? It's Hawaii. If someone used to work there, fuck them. Yeah, fuck Arby's. I've only been there a couple times, and I really don't understand the appeal. Long ass Fosh thread. Oh my god.
Okay, the one thing that I don't get, Five Guys.
Hmm?
Five Guys.
Have you never had it?
I've had it. I don't like it.
Really?
I don't like I have to fucking pay for fucking fries.
Don't you already have to, like, everywhere else?
Nope, fries come with it. If you get something from Burger King, fries come with it. If you get something from
But if you buy
McDonald's,
fries
come with it.
But if you buy fries separately, they, you know, or like individually.
Yeah, individually fucking prices, and they're fucking ridiculous.
Five Guys is pretty good, kind of spendy though. I mean, that's my view of it. It's like they taste good, but yeah, they're.
I mean, their burgers are good, but their fries are just.
I like their fries.
I mean, yeah, they're actual made out of potatoes instead of like dried fucking shit you just put in the fucking deep fryer.
Yeah.
It's because I'm not used to it. That's why.
Well, they also use peanut oil, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and that tastes like shit. I don't like peanut oil.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, for at least how they have it cooked up and stuff, it's all right.
Well, this is the thing with me is I can't. You see me eat processed food, but it's only certain places I can eat that I won't get sick.
Right. Yeah.
If I have Five Guys, I can have their burger because it's not fucking deep fried. If I have their fucking fries, basically I can't have deep fried food.
Yeah.
It fucks with me.
It's because of all the oil and grease.
It makes me sick because I don't have that much. You see what I usually get.
Right, yeah.
I mean, my chili cheese, like, that's every now and then. That's not every fucking day.
Right, yeah.
And I'm not one of those people that goes out, oh, I'm going to go to McDonald's today. I can't eat that shit. It makes me sick.
Right, yeah.
Now,
same for me. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Pizza's a different story. I might dabble in it, but I'm not going to fucking... I won't... I'm gonna be feeling like crap the next fucking day. Dude, what is up with you and fucking trying to snuggle me?
You just watch cuddles. You Dewey boy.
Is it because Daddy didn't cuddle with you enough last night? Yeah,
I did once we got to bed.
I know what Daddy tried to do to you last night. I know. I'm sorry.
I tried to hurt him and hit him. Apparently,
you literally like flailed.
I don't know what I did. Like, but he was apparently in the crossfire and almost got sidewinded.
I thought you were gonna hit your head on the fucking dresser right next to the fucking door. I'm like, dude, he's gonna fucking hit himself real fucking hard and wake up real fucking pissed.
Oh, glad that didn't happen.
You rolled over onto my fucking laundry basket. Like, literally, you ended up on the cushions.
Oh my god, this gets more comical every time I hear more details of this shit, bro. What the fuck happened last night?
You and Zukov were holding Zukov. Zukov walked off. You fucking assed out. Like,
I held on to him, just like, bye-bye.
No, you didn't hold on to him. You, literally assed out. Like, he, knocked you over and he, went in the kitchen. You were assed out after that. And I'm just like, what the fuck? You're you look like you're fucking dead. I'm sitting there going, is this fucker dead? I look over, I'm like, okay, his chest moving, he's not dead. Not even 45 minutes later, you're fucking flailing, trying to fucking undress yourself and take your boots off at the same fucking time. Literally, in the middle of it, I see you unbutton your pants, pull them down to your fucking, to where your boots are. You fucking flail around and then you fucking sit up in this position and trying to take your boot off. With your head in between your fucking knees. I'm like, oh my god. I was literally drinking a beer, watching you. I drank a beer.
Just watching me. What the fuck?
I drank one of my Angry Orchards. I'm like, okay, this is gonna make me go to sleep. Fuck no, this motherfucker had to wake my ass up again.
Oh my god.
I hate you.
I'm sorry.
God.
Oh, but you responded to me just, hey, it's fine.
Hey, bro, are you okay? You can go in your room, okay? You were talking demon fucking voices, I swear to fucking god. I gotta admit, it was kind of the coolest thing watching you fucking sound like a demon, but it still kind of fucked up my sleep. Literally, you sounded like that.
Like that, really? What the fuck? Some shit like that,
yeah, random fucking noises that I don't know what it was. I'm like, what? Tell your daddy what you want.
You
have
want some
to
water?
speak, asshole.
Oh, I could already tell. He's patting for some water.
We probably want some food too.
He probably does, because you are just a shit bag. Look at you. Oh my goodness. You sweet baby. He just like bats at both of us, like, which one of you is gonna do it?
I ain't gonna do shit. You ain't my dog. I'm the uncle.
You drink a pint of whiskey, miss of milk, that's... I didn't drink that shit. I took a couple sips of that, and oh, dude, so his brother Marcus, like, decided, like, because he thought it'd be, like, cream to mix milk and, you know, a bunch of this whiskey together. And
dumbass. It curdles.
Yeah, and also I, like, was taking some sips, and I was like, nope, and I let someone else have that shit, which, frankly, I don't think anyone else did. I did not drink all that shit. I like, grabbed another cup and just poured, like, probably the equivalent of maybe, like, 2 shots worth and just sipped that. Because, I thought it was Tyler did that. No, Tyler did not do that. That was your brother.
I remember the night you poured like 4 shots in that and fucking mixed half fucking Dr. Pepper with you. You're like, oh, you fucked up, I'm fucked up.
Huh?
When we had my fucking absolute estate, dude, that shit was, that shit's fucking fire.
Yeah.
I gave the rest of my fucking mother-in-law, dude.
There you go. Okay, this smoke's giving me a headache, and it's cold, so this is gonna cost. Oh, bundles. Oh, look, it's through. Okay, evidently it was not the water you were patting at. Because you were still staring at me like, I'm not done with you. Come on. Hey, there you go. Oh my god, you fruit bat. Whoop. Boy, you want to be on my lap? Move this out of the way a little bit.
It was kind of funny watching you try to take your boots off and dress yourself. It was funny.
Come up here, Bubby. Bubby, come here.
He's like, fuck you, daddy.
Come here, baby. Oh, you sweet boy. Come on. Come on. I will literally drag you. Come here. Up.
Are you still going to buy him that tactical vest I sent you?
Yeah. I was thinking about doing it this weekend. Come on. Up, up. Atta boy. I'm doing this mainly so he can warm me up.
You handy. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm cheating.
Yeah, you got thermal on, fucking hoodie and shit.
Spandex.
Oh.
And somehow you opened the sliding glass door last night. It was literally open when I fucking went to turn. Did I turn off the light? No, I didn't turn off the light. I went up and the outside light was on, the dining room light was on, and the screen door was open. Sliding glass door was open.
Oh, you know, it's probably because I went through the back. Yeah.
But you literally got home, played with him for like 2 seconds, and was fucking out. I was like, what the fuck?
Not more tactical shit, lol. I'm still gonna have, like, you know, like, Velcro bags attached to him.
Fucking kick ass.
And also, I could put little patches on him, like, you know, I demand you pet me and stuff like that. Like, you know, get a little custom patch for him.
Bark, bark.
Yep,
meow,
little
meow.
bark, bark patch. Oh,
no,
sweet.
bark, bark, meow, meow.
I'm still wanting to go to Vancouver, Canada sometime next year, maybe May.
Why? Do it when they have their fucking weed season.
Weed season?
They have like a weed fair.
Oh, really? When's that?
I don't fucking know. I can't remember.
Well, I mean, it's
in BC, that's all I know.
Dude, hell yeah. I'd fucking hella be down to go there.
Dude, there's like fucking hella weed stores up there. Hella.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
My mom watched this show. I can't remember what I'll try to remember what I'll ask her tomorrow what it was. Dude, fucking hella shit.
What a baby. What a sweet boy.
You know, if your daddy was cold, he could go get a blanket.
This is my blanket.
Does it stretch out and go around your body? No.
I can stretch him out, and he is actually stretched out and across my body.
Whatever. Handy.
Just a sweet little thing.
Do you want thermals?
I mean, I know I
have another pair.
I know I have, I have a duffel bag that has some for my snowboarding gear and shit. So I know there's at least some stuff in there.
Spandex. I don't know what to say.
Are you locking my arm?
Yep.
I need this arm, bro.
I'm gonna go lay down. I'm sorry. Fucking hell.
Gonna go lay down because of my fucking...
Did you drink fucking twisted tea in the process?
That was from the other night.
Oh, okay. I'm like, dude, you fucked yourself up bad.
It's not that bad. But I guess pretty bad.
Down the living room on cushions.
Oh my god, dude. The more I hear about what my blacked out phase was like, Jesus Christ. I guess I can see why I have somewhat of a headache today, but I really do feel like it's heavily enabled due to like a lot of smokiness today too. Because it is fucking smoky out there. I would totally smoke weed in Canada, lol. Dude, fuck yeah. Like, that would, especially for me, that would basically keep the streak of smoky weed in foreign countries. Because I smoked weed in Iceland, and now I'm, you know, for Canada, for my next foreign country, I would do it too. Vancouver is great for biking. They have like a loop around the city center. Oh, that's cool. Dude, hell yeah. Oh, who's a sweet little... He's a good boy. Who's a good boy? Who's a little? Is there something that you're staring at here? Is there something of interest? Is there something of interest? Hmm? Is there some interest? Is there maybe a bit? Is there a bit? Is there a bit? Is there a bit? Hmm? Is there a bit? Is there a bit? It's the one thing that makes Trudeau based. In Canada, we can buy it there also. Dude, fuck yeah. That's based. Yeah, like, actually, you know, I guess despite, you know, Trudeau being a neo-lib, I mean, he actually does have legit good things about him, so I'll give him that. Though he is legit, like, a hardcore neo-lib dork, though. But at least one that I can kind of be like, alright, he's not all bad. We can get Watts down, also, that would be even more base. Oh, yeah, dude, for real. Because it's been a long fucking time since I last seen that son of a bitch. Trudeau over Macron because Cat has legal weed. And honestly, I can't think of anything good about Macron. He always just look like a fucking weaselly little rat. At least Trudeau looks like I can tolerate him. And he looks like he might smoke weed, at least. Maybe. I'm gonna be surprised if he has at this point. Oh, is this that same Vosh thread? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was still looking at it, I just haven't had it on screen or anything. I haven't had a real chance, you know, to actually look at it yet. But, oh my god, dude, this is a fucking thread, bro. Okay, so here, let me look at the original thing. Which, Jesus Christ, is its own thread. Oh my god. Okay, well, let's look. Nearly young men are namesake. Nearly a third of men under 30 have not had sex, and a high percent do not have as much sex as they like. Not exactly surprising. But this kind of statistics is sign much deeper problems. Yeah, I would think. Well, it was like a little spike in the late 90s. I wonder what that was about. Our society criminalizes sex and sweeps someone under the rug. The consequence is straightforward. There is more violence since platforms like Craigslist are paying for managed sex, serious violent crimes against all women. Not just sex workers, has increased by nearly 1/5. And men who do not have sex suffer, they are less likely to be part of the labor force, more likely to experience depression, nihilism, and other mental health issues. When it legalized brothels, fix a lot of this, regulated heavily. Yes. Honestly, yes. Like, I think, when it comes to, you know, like having a legalized tax and very regulated industry when it comes to sex work and shit, I mean, you know, that would honestly help with a lot of these fucking problems, just straight up, honestly. I mean, because think about it, like, I mean, as long as, like, you know, sex workers are, you know, like, regulated in a sense that, you know, they're clean and, are protected and are safe, and the people who are purchasing their time and shit, for the services and everything, are also, like likewise, they're being safe and protected and so on and so forth. And it's like a mutual agreement. And if that shit breaks, then you're kicked the fuck out and banned from the place. Rural Nevada has legalized brothels, should be a thing everywhere. Yeah, honestly. And frankly, like, I mean, I would say that, like, if we actually looked at like the rates of like at least when it comes to like sex related like loneliness and shit like that, I would probably have a hunch and say that Nevada is probably got less percentages like this in comparison to other places. Works there, can work here, it can work everywhere. Also Australia has them. Yep. And I'm guaranteed there's probably not as much of a problem there about these things. It's not like these issues would go away necessarily, because there's still be an issue about, like, well, I still want to be connected with people and blah, blah, blah. There's still going to be problems, with a lot of this shit. But, I mean, at least when it comes to just the innate, like, like, I don't have sexual gratification right now, for whatever reason, like, that's going to take its toll on people, especially for men, too. I mean, it's just like, because, it's like, I mean, sexual gratification isn't a bad thing, but when it's like done so in very malintensive ways, which honestly I think depriving of this type of shit, not necessarily like directly, but it's just like the lack of men having sex and shit, I think can lead more to that and shit, like lead more to legit sexual aggression that is harmful. So it's just like, even if it's like, even if they're getting, a one night stand or have like, a particular sex worker they, smit with every now and then at the brothel or some shit, it, does decrease the chances of them being violent. And especially, aggressively because of, pent out sexual aggression. The only reason it's illegal in most places is moral puritanism. Sex clubs are illegal because money doesn't change hands. What the fuck difference if it's sex workers getting paid fairly? Yeah. Regulating it would also be improvements. We made ASTD testing. Yep. Like, yeah, like that's, why every sex worker would be more protected as well, because essentially before getting the job, they would be tested to make sure that they're clean, and, and once, on the job as well, have regular testing, especially after, doing their services for the day. So, it's just like, there's obviously a easy, simple way, about doing it, but because of, moral puritanism and America's weird fucking, like, fetishization, but also scaremongering about sex. It's like, it sells heavily, so we, like to prop it up everywhere and shit, but at the same time, we fucking boo-hoo it, because, like, oh god, fuck, we might see a titty. Don't let the kids see a titty. Even though, again, it's sold everywhere, just more subtly, or more overtly, just depending on how much people are willing to accept it or how much it's normalized. Which, especially when it comes to heterosexual sexualization, like when it comes to, like the hot woman, or like, the jock bro that's all studly, for the ladies and shit, it's like those, like all, that type of sexualization is heavily normalized. So it's, like there's not as much moral puritanical scare about that shit, because it's also not, degenerate either. It's just regular, good old, cishet fucking sexualization. Everyone's fine with that, right? But, as soon as it's like any other form of sexualization, like, when it comes to, like, queer sexualization, like, two gay people kissing or something like that, or making out really intensely or something, then it's like, oh god, and then it really becomes like, moral depravity. See my last, I just didn't get a chance to see it. I'm gonna point out the main culprits of this issue in 4 simple words. Are you ready? M. Okay, maybe I didn't. Oh, and also this, people rightfully pointed out loneliness overall has increased for most people. Yeah, I tend to agree with that as well. But yeah, I guess it, that last comment you made didn't, because it just says M. People are fucking broke, they can't get out there and buy shit to improve themselves because they're having to work like 50 hours a week. Yeah, No, exactly. Like, honestly, I mean, I would definitely, love to have, like, straight up just, like, 2 weeks of just free time, so I can actually, like, use that to improve shit. Not just, personally, but also environmentally, around here, for my own self and my own life and shit. And for the life of others, so it's just like, I mean, yeah, but when you're working like 40 something fucking hours or more a week and shit, like, you ain't really gonna have that much time to do any of that shit. Especially when you're basically scraping the barrel financially anyway. And you can't invest into things, to fucking improve on that shit. I want to make you to get out there and meet women or guys. Money. Yeah, yeah, it's sad but true. I mean, it's like, frankly, I wish money, wasn't like the fucking thing that, caused everything to speak in the fucking world, but unfortunately it is the case. So, it's like, yeah, maybe if you gave me enough of it, I would actually, have more free time to go out and do shit. Because frankly, fuck, I mean, there's times where I want to, like, go out to certain places that my friends have been to and shit, but just haven't, because basically, like, by the time I have my little weekend, I'm, like, usually too fucking exhausted, for much, and because by the time I wake up, it's already, like, partially through the afternoon. And so goddamn mentally exhausting for you to just want to relax when you get off the clock. Yep. I mean, shit, like, how many times, I mean, like, every fucking time I do these streams, practically, like, when I get off the clock, you can see it in me. I mean, just shit, like, look at, like, the first, like, 5 to 10 minutes every time I start these fucking things to see that. Dang, Zooks, what are you? You're just getting into that one. You're all, like, curled up at, like, an angle. What in the fuck are you doing? Damn, son. It sounds like you're just, like, busting some nuts, dude. Like, what the fuck? What the hell, bro? You're such a weirdo. Yes, silly boy. But here, let's really, like, watch this whole thing, because we're here for this. Serious sociological problem and response I've seen from many leftists has been disheartening. I want to talk about why. First of all, nothing I'm about to say stress and entitlement to sex in women's bodies. Obviously, no one should ever feel pressure to have sex, and just because men as a group are more socially isolated. Well, yeah, obviously. Everyone should be free to choose partners. No shit. That said, prolonged virginity can point to increased social alienation, an increase in which has been observed in both men and women through multiple trends, the average number of friends being a big one. Men seem to be experiencing more alienation, though. This can be attributed to many things, primarily gender socialization, women having more easy time forming friend groups, and men are taught to be more emotionally distant and individualistic. Yep. This can manifest into a lot of really negative ways for men's mental health. Speaking as a man who's had all sorts of friends, it's not hard to see a pattern of men, especially cisgender heterosexual men, be more closed off and less willing to express enthusiasm when hanging out or making new friends. Yep. This actually kind of pertains to one of my buddies. Actually, kind of last night a little bit, on the stream, with the Smash Bros. Stream, he was probably, mentioned a little bit then. Because essentially it was just like, this idea of like, especially like, someone who's, straight dude, like a white straight guy, basically. It's just like, oh, I'm, just like super heavily alienated, and, like a lot of routes are like closed off and blah, 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 which, I mean, on one hand, it's like, I wonder how much of it's kind of like hyperbolic and exaggeration, but I mean, on the other hand, it's like, there is, kernel of truth to it, though. And I mean, in a sense, there is, just kind of like a, like, because there is like a sense of, like alienation in general. It's weird for me because I have a pretty high drive. Yeah, I get really bored if I just snooze around the apartment on my weekend. I get exhausted during the work week, then recover super quick. Yeah. Not me as much, honestly. I wish I was like that. It's not even just sex either. Do you know how good it would be for a lot of people if they were just able to get out there to try stuff? I'd love to try that Korean barbecue restaurant, but it's too expensive. Yeah. We were just actually kind of talking about that earlier when my roommate was in here. It's like, some places being a little too expensive and shit, and like what places that we go to and shit. I mean, a little different in a sense because like, like a lot of, a lot of it's more like, oh, is this good or is this shit, whatever. But I mean, at the same time, usually the reason why it's heavily limited, especially when it came to, the conversation of processed foods and shit, is because it's cheap, too expensive. when it comes to other stuff that would actually be better or healthier for you, or hell, even more fulfilling. Part of it's probably the 12-hour shifts giving me 3 or 4 day weekends. I guarantee it would be more exhaustive if I only had 2 days to recover. Yeah, no, yeah, you're right about that. Because like every other week you get like 4 days and then like normal 3-day weekends and shit. But here, let's keep reading it. I mean, it's practically a stereotype for dude bro friends to be reserved with their feelings, that they have to master genuine emotional movements or sincere affection or appreciation towards other men behind a veil of irony, because it would be weird and, quote, gay and to be sincere. These behavior patterns are causing mass social alienation, making it harder for men to form relationships. That's a real sociological problem. It's a gendered problem. Progressives should take it seriously. I see a cavalcade of so-called progressives who seem to assume the only possible explanation for this trend is that men are shit, and that women are tired of them, and that's men's fault, and they need to correct their problem on their own. How's that progressive response? It isn't. I mean, it's like, honestly, like, it's like, yeah, some men might be shit, but it's not because, like, all of them are, and it's because of the individual, not because they're inherently, like, a man, because there's plenty of women that can be assholes, too, and that are shitty. So, I mean, it's also, like, the whole idea of, like, oh, they need to fix their shit. They need to pull themselves by the bootstraps, practically. It isn't a progressive response. It's a very conservative one, actually. I mean, so it's like, I mean, while there has to obviously be at least some sort of introspection, self-reflection, and, you know, ownership in that sense, I mean, it's not all on the individual. You know, there is a societal fucking thing, you know, when it comes to shit like this. What in the fuck are you doing now? Yeah, chill. Jeez. Gender socialization is just one aspect of this problem. There are many others. Economic insecurity. I feel like this is the biggest factor. Making men feel like they can't provide for a partner. Modern dating culture and dating apps, me and a few others. And they're worth taking seriously. Yep. And I was mentioning it the other night on the little smaller Smash Bros stream that, like, honestly, I feel like a lot of the problems about, like, dating apps is that there's a fucking shitload of bots on them. There's, like, they're filled with bots and fakes. So it's just, like, you know, that also kind of ingrains in the mindset, especially considering how well bots are being developed at this point, you know, to a degree, to where it leaves people kind of up in the air. It's like, are you even real? Like, do I even trust you? Like, it creates a trust problem. Like, I mean, and so, you know, the one time you might actually, you know, stumble on someone who's real, you're already going to have a very standoffish approach because you've been dealing with bots, you know, for so fucking much. So it's just like that, you know, like dating apps in itself, I think, is mainly, like, these days, especially, you know, because of that shit, you know. So, I mean, like, because I've, like, dating apps have been around for a while, but haven't really started becoming a problem up until, like, more recently, you know. So it's just like, you know, in my mind, I feel like it's not inherently, like, dating apps that are necessarily a problem, but with how they have evolved and how much of a, you know, moneymaker they've become, and maximizing that because of how capitalistic it got. Twitter taught me that a lot of things that were considered normal for a long while in relationships were pretty damn rapey. Yep. Yeah, the internet just in general has kind of taught me that. It's not a responsibility of progressives to examine sociological problems and address them. Not to mention, if only men see us mocking them for their loneliness, who else will they turn for answers? Who will they end up blaming? Please take this stuff seriously, or at least don't use it as an excuse to mock men for being lonely. Not every lonely guy is intolerable, and unkind women, they just can be anxious or asocial or depressed or autistic or poor and overworked. Come on. Yeah, I mean, I'm autistic, anxious. He just, like, fucking targeted me. Fuck you, Vosh. He targeted me. Sir, this is defamation. I'm suing you. Get Jacob Wilson fall on the throne. Fucking, you know, he's my boy. A lot of motherfuckers are telling on themselves. What, in here? All the points stands on loneliness are great and stand, but I don't see how this connects to sex at all. More lonely equals less sex. What the fuck do you think, you dipshit? Friendships, being emotionally open with people, and forming meaningful, lasting relationships can all be done without sex. Need to be in a picture. No shit. But fucking also, guess what? Sometimes you want to have a little friends with benefits, or you actually legit want a fucking partner on top of that. It's not just friendships, you know, that are being discussed here, you fucking dip. Just masturbation with a partner. No, it's not. This person's retarded. That person's a fucking idiot. It's just masturbation with another partner, says the virgin. It's like, what the... Like, no one thinks that. Outside of, I guess, what? Literally 4 other people. Fucking dipshit. The problem is definitely patriarchy, and its solution is definitely feminism. What a vague response. And you have explained so much with that won over. I mean, I know what she's honestly talking about a little bit. Like, yeah, there is elements, at play with that, but I mean, good lord. She retweets what? These quote tweets. This. Yeah, people that unironically advocate for state-mandated girlfriends actually have brainstorms. Yeah. And that enables a lot of these problems, and I think also creates more of that sexual aggression and loneliness, because like they're essentially, yeah. And also, yeah, when did he even say any of that? I mean, I think he's just referring to people that, like, you know, who are like the fucking hardcore incel, like Nick Fuentes types and shit, but like not every lonely like male who's like young and like 30 and younger and shit is this at all. Like, most of them are far from that. This thread amounts to, if women don't coddle lonely white men, then they'll become fascists. What? What, dude, I love it how, like, there are so many motherfuckers that just, like, put words in people's mouths and just, like, yeah, that's exactly what he said. It's like, that thread, it does not amount to that, you fucking retarded fuck. Like, you dipshit. Like, no, it doesn't. Like, it amounts to, like, if society doesn't, like, acknowledge, you know, a lot of problems with loneliness and, and a lot of the fucking asociality that's happening, you know, especially predominantly with men. It didn't even mention, like, white men either. It just said lonely men and young men. Implying there are no lonely dudes who are leftists. Yeah, I mean, for fucking real. Like, if I didn't have the friend group that I did, I'd be pretty fucking lonely, honestly. Because, you know, like, there's elements of, like, you know, loneliness of, like, yeah, I wish I had, you know, like, you know, more sex or, you know, more connection with my friends and shit like that. Like, you know, like, but, yeah. But, you know, it's like, I'm not like, you know, oh my god, I literally have, like, nobody, blah, 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 I have no friends. It's like, I mean, but there are people like that, though. I know, honestly, some people that, you know, are kind of like that. And it's like, you know, I mean, it's, like, what? They just don't exist or something? It's honestly more insulting. Because, like, yeah, they do fucking exist, and, yeah, if anything, there's probably more of them. You can't criticize gender socialization without criticizing patriarchy and the way men enforce it. That is progressive take you should have had, but allows a lot of y'all too scared to support feminist theory and confront of how men are the issue. What? No? Did these people literally just see, like, the first 2 tweets that Vosh did and just said, nah, and didn't even read the rest? Because he wasn't mentioning just men either. Like, he also mentioned women, too, that are being impacted by this. Albeit not as much, but still, it is, because this is a fucking societal problem. But men also predominantly happen to be majorly affected by it because, well, they tend to be, like, the, you know, ones working, like, more jobs and being, like, having these, like, more stricter ideas of gender norms and shit because of patriarchy, yes, you know, with, you know, of that shit. But it's not inherently because, oh, men bad. It's like, what a way to miss the entire fucking point. Dude, people are dipshits. fuck's sake, let's start at the very beginning. Nearly 30 men under 30 have had sex. This is even what the stupid chart shows. It shows that 20% of men under 30 say they haven't had sex in the last year. What? Like, I'm pretty sure that this is literally just like one of various like different charts from this article. Like that I'm pretty sure is mentioned somewhere in here. No? Well, that's the, well, okay, it's right here. Source, General Social Survey to watch. Okay, so there's like a source to it, but fucking person tweeting it didn't put it in there. I blame the person who originally posted that. It's not really the fucking fault of, like, you know, like, oh, well, see, nope, you're wrong, because, like, the fucking specific image that was used, you know, to talk about the broader point is incorrect, you know, to the major point itself. It's like, go to the fucking, like, the source of it is down there, just go to the fucking thing, and I guarantee you, there's gonna be other charts over there, and they're gonna say those fucking things that you think, oh, are false because the wrong chart was used and shit. Like, fuck off. Oh, wow, so enlightening. Shut the fuck up. Okay, here's a little social experiment. Let every adult go without sex for a prolonged period of time, and let's see this attitude doesn't flip like a fucking pancake. And I do mean a fucking pancake. Yeah. Like, if every adult literally just, like, stopped fucking for a full year, dude, and, like, nothing. Not even, like, a, you know, like, No Nut November was, like, all year, baby. Let's go. And everyone was partaking in that shit. Every fucking adult. You know, it's just, like, the stir crazy fucking, like, I'm about to go Joker mode, like, that, like, you know how many motherfuckers are gonna go like that real fucking quick? Because they haven't busted a nut, and let alone, like, in someone, you know, so it's just like, yeah, that shit will flip like a pancake so fast that, you know, it's like, it'd be too raw and just like, no, they can still jack off, just not with another person. So I was willing to go even further. Because at least you get a little something with that. You're like, alright, I was, you know, I kind of sacrificed myself a little bit. Like, you kind of have that. You know, so it's like, nah. Pure celibacy. Because then you'll really see the results. Oh, wow. I'm not saying men should be entitled to women's buzz, but we said when we can't fuck, please find a better way to address men's health issues. I'm begging you. Why don't you actually fucking provide a counter argument, you dumb fuck? The rise of loneliness in men is concerning, as sex has very little to do with this. No. I mean, not entirely. It's not like, you know, the only thing, but it's a variable. It's a variable in a problem, you know, that is tied to this. That tells men they can't have meaningful, vulnerable connections with men and with women platonically. Romance can miraculously cure disconnection. No one's saying that! Oh my god, these people are fucking just starting to drive me. Oh my god, I'm so glad I'm not on Twitter anymore. I'm so glad I'm not on Twitter anymore. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. How are people this dense? Like, it's actually pissing me off about how dense people are. Like, did any of them read the full fucking thing? Or did they just, like, see a few buzzwords that they don't like in there, like, eh. It's like, give me a fuck. Like, not even a break, just a fuck. Like, something, like, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, man, I'm about to fucking go joke. It's like, man, holy shit. Dude, fucking people, bro. Like, what way to miss, like, the forest through the trees? Like, I mean, it's like, oh, hey, let me not look at, like, other parts of the forest because I want to look at, like, this particular chunk of the forest. It's like, no, dude. It's like the whole fucking thing. It's the whole thing, bro. Like, a part of the loneliness, you know, yeah, it does have to do with the fact, at least to some degree, not entirely, obviously, but at least in some parts, you know, it's the fact that, you know, men are having, you know, romantic / sexual relationships on top of just regular platonic ones and meaningful, close connections. It's all of it, Chief. Like, shit. It's all the variables. Like, oh my god. The reactions to this take be like, Twitter is the only place where well-articulated sentences still get misinterpreted. You could say, I like pancakes, and someone will say, so you hate waffles? No, bitch, that's a whole new sentence. What the fuck is you talking about? Dude, fucking true. Dude, this is like the most truest tweet I think I've ever seen on Twitter ever. This is like, this needs to be in the hall of tweets, if there is a hall of tweets. Like the hall of like archives, historical, like it needs like to just be like presented on a frame for all to see. Punishment to point out that when it comes to men's issues, a lot of people's brains tend to shut down any logic, kind of like conservatives. Yeah. I see here. Lily has been made aware of Vosh to address how this is a systemic problem and toxic masculinity plays a part, but she didn't delete her tweet. That's directing a lot of hate towards him because she got a lot of likes on it. This is how she always behaves in these situations. The response to this will be, but men build and run those systems, to which the obvious answer is society-wide. We all contribute to toxic masculinity. Yes, women and queer people too. And tons of men don't like capitalism, which contributes to alienation and isolation. Yeah, well, fine. Oh, God, thank God a human being. Fucking someone actually gets it. And frankly, I wish this wouldn't have to been made about sex when the underlying issue is loneliness and lack of love, connection, partnerships, etc. Sex is cool, but ultimately superficial when we examine what people are really being hurt by the lack of in their lives. I mean, honestly, yeah. Because that's why, it's like what I'm saying, it's a part of it, it's a variable to it. It's not like it has nothing to do with it, or it's like totally devolved away from it. It does, but it's not it's not the underlying issue. Like, it's a part of, the broader issues of, the main underlying problem. So it's just like, if anything, it should be added to, like, the underlying issue is loneliness, is the lack of love, connection, partnerships, etc. Because in some part, to have some of those connections, sex does play a role, but, like, yeah, at the end of the day, it is superficial, because if you don't actually have those meaningful connections, I mean, even, like, like the whole brothel thing from earlier, like, it doesn't necessarily solve everything. Like, I mean, you might, I don't know, find, like, a sex worker you might smit with enough because you actually like the person to an extent or something, and then you might have at least some superficial connection with that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like, you're fucking. Like, I mean, you're not actually having the other, things that make it more intimate and more meaningful and connecting. Because of, like, things like the lack of love, partnerships, etc. I mean, it all plays a role. And people are like, well, I was able to do it. Yeah, you were. Other people are not you. It's the exact same logic as sort of saying, well, I was poor and I didn't steal. Yeah, because you were able to get help. Others aren't as fortunate. Yeah. And also, I guarantee you those motherfuckers lying when they say that, by the way. I was poor, didn't steal. Yeah, you did. It's like, nah, I don't even buy it. Because I'm like the goody two-shoes that wouldn't necessarily just steal for no reason. But you know what? Even I've skirted that fucking rule. And frankly, at this point especially, don't give a fuck. In fact, I break that rule every day at this point. Like, if there's something that I'm just like, you know what, fuck that price, and it's like, yeah, I actually really need that, and I could pocket it, yeah, I don't care. It's like, oh no, that hyper price gouge, fucking $2.99 pen that's now like fucking $5. Oh god. It's like, yeah, give me a break. Actually, just the other day, like, there was a lady that was just straight up with me and being like, hey, my purse and my wallet got stolen. Is there a way that I can have some free food? And I was just, and honestly, I was just like, oh, fuck it. You were straight with me. You were honest with me. Sure. I mean, I can't get you a lot, but I can get you at least a little something. So, that's what I did. So, I just, like, it's like, here, I'll just give you a bag and have you check out over here so at least it looks superficial and stuff. And so... yeah, I mean, it's just like, because frankly, like, especially when it comes to the most tiniest petty stealing and thievery and shit, like, no one's gonna care. In fact, if anything, more people are gonna understand, especially if you're at least straight and honest with them. And honestly, that's how I am with people that might steal from my department, my store. Like, honestly, if they're just honest and straight with me and be like, hey, I only got like $1 or my wallet was stolen or whatever the fuck, and they're just being honest with me, even honestly, if it's a bullshit story, but at least, being kind of straight with me, kind of let me know that, like, hey, I don't have money or I barely have anything, so I kind of need to steal some stuff, and that's kind of my intention. But, hopefully maybe you'll understand and give me a hookup, question mark. It's like, if they do that, it's whatever. And honestly, the fact that not a lot of people do that anyway, makes me legit kind of believe it, because when people do that, usually they're, kind of like very timid, just like, I don't think this is gonna work, but, please. But honestly, it's just like, that's another thing though. I mean, like, the whole, like, alienation, asocialization shit, especially when it comes to poverty, plays a major fucking role, because there's also, a very strong classes type of divide that plays a major player into that. Because if you're heavily impoverished or have no money to the point where you have to steal, you're essentially, like, considered, to the upper class at that point, the biggest fucking rat demon ever that needs to be put and locked away with the key thrown out and shit. Like, so it's like if you get caught, you're essentially, seen as, like, some sort of, like, fucking, shifty ass, like, fucking snake or something. And because of that, it adds more of this, like, alienation of, like, instead of just, talking to somebody and just kind of being honest and straight with somebody, like, like with the lady I was, giving free food to the other day, I mean, it's just like, it, creates more of that, sense of intimidation too, where it's like, oh, instead of maybe just walking up and talking to them, they're, going to be after me instead. It adds a, sense of, aggression and defensive reaction, and like a fight or flight stress response more than anything, instead of, this more diplomatic type of thing. And last I checked, hey babe, want to come back with me in my cardboard box isn't exactly a winning pickup line. Neither is like, hey, do you want to come to my place that has, hasn't been kept up very well because the dude's got busted back and you got two guys who work too much and don't have time together to fucking, get together to clean the shit out. Like, yeah. Oh, and one of the rooms, like, hasn't been cleaned out since since the guy died. So it's just like, yeah, you want that? Yeah, no. Want to be in my room to get laid in where, like, there's boxes literally flooding out of my closet? It's like, yeah, nah, no. Like, I mean, there's, like, even if you do have a home, if it ain't, like, given, like, this kind of certain fucking, like an idea of, like, oh, it's kept up and, shit, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's like even in this garage and shit, you can kind of tell a little bit. But at least for a garage, it's kind of understandable because it's meant to either have cars or be like a storage space and shit. It's, it's a little understandable. And honestly, this garage is just like an extended room that used to be a garage at this point. So, like, the garage door don't even work anymore. Like, you would have to, like, open it up with your own hands and shit. And even then, I don't even think you could. That's infested. Goddamn roaches and the fridge is leaking. Yep. Then again, they do say there's someone out there for everyone. Yeah. And I do think there's truth to that. I mean, it's just that, one, you need kind of the money to invest in yourself and in your own environment and, to go places. And two, the time. You can't really have that if you're working fucking constantly or you're not motivated because you're so depressed and shit. Like, or whatever the fuck, it's like those two major fucking factors because of our hyper oppressive capitalistic system and shit that, it has a lot of patriarchal gender norms still heavily established into it, is created, a lot of these fucking problems. And it's just, and especially with the addition of these other variables, it's become worse. I mean, it's like, especially why, at the very least, even if it is, like minimal at best, I mean, it's just like, having, like a strong, like, union/labor protection and shit when it comes to, your work and your voice in that is so fucking important. because your voice is also your time. And you don't got a lot of that. And like, you know, once you got your time, you got it. Like, I mean, and it slowly ticks away. So it's like, that's the most valuable fucking thing. And, you know, it's like, you know, the continuation of having that being taken away, you know, mainly for other people's benefit is, you know, like a major core problem. It's not for ourselves anymore. I don't know, addressing women's issue, although this also didn't have any guys, bottom line. Never had a joint bank account, keep that shit separate. Yep. Yeah. Like, have separate bank accounts where you could transfer money into the accounts and stuff, you know, maybe. Like, I could see that. Because, I do that with my mom still, where we have separate accounts, but, you know, we are able to at least have one savings that we both are jointed to, where if she wants, she can at least look at that one, and then my account and hers are totally separate, and we can't see those. So, you know, it's like, that I can actually kind of understand a little bit, you know, where you have, like, that third joint savings one, so one person control money. Yeah, I mean, frankly, that's fundamentally the reason why. That's why, you know, having your own personal bank account at the end of the day, period, is important, and you need that. Like, you know, having, like, a savings account where it's jointed up and shit, like, that's fine, but make sure you have your own account. Don't make that your only one. Because then you're essentially going to have, financial abuse. You want to make sure that, you know, you don't have that. So if you want your own money, you know, in your own account, then there you go. But if, you know, you've got, like, the joint fund thing, then there you go. You can put it in there, like the community pot, and then you got your own. Like, to me, that's, you know, an acceptable way of doing, like, a joint bank account. It's where, you know, both individuals still have their own separate account, but they just have a mutual one that, you know, both of them can put money into, and it's like a savings. Like, that's, in my mind, what it should be. You know, at least, you know, like, a healthy way of doing it, I should say. Because, obviously, you know, there is a very strong element of power dynamic, you know, that can be at play with that. And if one person especially has more control over that than the other person, that easily can become a power dynamic that becomes very unhealthy and ends up being financial abuse. Because, yeah, so, like, at the end of the day, it all comes back to fucking money. The one thing that we all have to deal with, but we all fucking hate. And love at the same time. A lot of abuse victims in relationships to say I don't have anywhere else to go. Yeah, because once again, people are fucking broke. Exactly. And of course, currently with inflation, you know, being such a problem, well, mainly price gouging, you know, being such a problem, being excuses inflation, it's making it that much more fundamentally harder for fucking people to, you know, invest money and their finances into things that they normally would. And basically have to hardcore penny pinch. I mean, I definitely have, you know, I mean, you know, just by necessity. I mean, mainly with, you know, just like, you know, like a lot of hobby-based type of stuff. Like, you know, when it comes to, like, my guns, for example, like I just recently, because I actually have a little money from, like, some of the 6-day work weeks I picked up, you know, with that OT, even if, you know, doing it for a couple hours, like, I was able to at least have a little bit to get some ammo to stock up on. But that's just it. I'm stocking on it. I ain't going to be using that anytime soon. You know, so it's just like, because, one, mainly of the money thing. And that's just not the only thing either, but also Zukov, you know, too, a little bit. Like, honestly, like, I seriously still want to make sure he gets his shots and stuff, because he hasn't gotten all of them. And at this point, you might need to get the other ones again. And, well, what do I need for that? Money. Money. Arthur, we need more money. We've got to have money. Fucking hate it. It's like, I don't hate the fact that we have, like, you know, a thing for transactional use, you know, shit like, you know, currency, but I hate how it is used. See? You hate it, but you love it. at least gotta bring back to the loneliness point a little bit. At least to the sex part of it. At least why, I'm a little defensive to it, just to an extent, is because, I mean, I got close, meaningful relationships. I got my friend group. Like last night, I was, I was, doing that. Like all having a Smash Bros. Thing with the homies. So at least when it comes to having like meaningful connections, it's it's not like I don't got that, but when it comes to at least elements like sex and shit, that's something that I don't have as much. And I definitely would say that does, I think, more so than not, at least at this point, play a role in me being lonely and stuff like that. Not necessarily because, I'm entitled to it. Like, of course not. But, just because of these other variables that also play a role into having these friendships and everything else that come with that as well. So it, because at the end of the day, it does play, a role and, a factor to an extent. Because if you have, close, meaningful connections and relationships and, friendships and all that, but you don't have, like, a sexual partner or a way to, have, like, some sort of, like, the sexual part of, being fulfilled in you, then, you're still going to feel, like, this sense of loneliness because there's something, not being fulfilled. It's, it's the sex part of it. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean, like I said, it's entitlement at that rate, but, it's just another little factor of, like, hey, because of these variables, like, even if you do have, some of these other things, it still makes it that much harder to maintain those type of friendships and shit, and also to go out there and, have more friendships and, and potentially have sexual partners, too. I mean, all that type of shit plays the role. I think this is interesting. Fullfact.org. Number of incidents of domestic violence. Huh. Yeah, this is interesting. How in the fuck? Like, it skyrocketed to shit. And then it just hella declined. I mean, this is back since, like, what, 2010 it looks like? Or 2011, about? I'd be kind of curious to see what it is now, because it looks like it's bumped up a bit. Yeah, I wonder if that had to do with some shit like the Satanic Panic and Reagan's shit and stuff like that, because it did come from the 80s. That's a lot of cases the 80s can contribute to the macho culture of the 80s. However, I know that's correlation doesn't mean causation, but considering the 2008 crash, see what I mean? Yeah, because that is during, that little increase there was during 08, 09. Yeah, yep. Because that's why I was saying I'd be curious to see what it is now, because I wouldn't be surprised if it's had an uptick. And that has continued. And also, considering the late 80s and shit, near the end of Reagan's term and everything, I wonder what he did that probably fucked everything up. And I'm not just talking, social shit either, when it comes to, like, the Puritanism. Well, actually, we need stats on the number of people who've left abusive relationships to see a way it's gone. Well, they're definitely, I think, especially with things like the Me Too movement, I think there's an element that we're going to be able to, I think, see some of that. Because obviously, there's now more normalization of calling out, abuse and shit. Like, even fucking, I mean, even though it's still, like a major struggle and a big fear that a lot of people are in abusive relationships, it's still, struggle with, basically, when it comes to coming out. Like with Amaranth, that, one of the Twitch streamers who, with her fucking psycho husband, was in an abusive relationship for like 5-something fucking years. And basically now finally, I know there's like some updates that I haven't read up too much about, but I think now she finally, is with someone where she's safe now at this point and away from him, and luckily not going to be like at risk, so that's good, but I don't really know much beyond that. So it's just like, I mean, knowing that, like, you know, nowadays at least, you know, it's starting to become more normalized to, you know, come out with this type of shit, and also fucking, you know, like help, you know, these people. Like, it's, you know, like there's definitely, I think, you know, a lot of positive things that did come from the Me Too movement, as much, especially back when at its peak in like what, 2017 or 18 or some shit. It was like hyper controversial and all this other shit. And it's just like, yeah, it's like, yeah, despite that, and maybe, you know, legit fucking, you know, narcissistic fucking self-serving, you know, women out there, you know, did take advantage of that shit. I mean, I think the harm from that versus like the positive that came overall, you know, is not, I mean, it's not exactly close. Like, I think more positive came from it. You know, I think honestly because there were enough, you know, well, I mean, men too, but also, you know, women that were, you know, who did try to take advantage of that. I think, you know, at this point has made people more, you know, not necessarily critical, but at least more, you know, like, hey, what's, you know, like what's like kind of the deets about it, you know, to make sure, you know, the evidence and the truth about it. Like, that's why, you know, especially for Amaranth, it was just kind of a, you know, seal-cut deal, you know, close-cut deal, at least in my mind, just because all that shit was streamed. She streamed all that shit, basically. Guy needs lead in his fucking skull. Not saying, but it should be. You can argue with the results all you want, but you make yourself look like a damn fool. Yep. And yeah, like, whoever, like, Amaranth's husband is, I don't know much about the guy outside of the fucking abuse shit. But yeah. Like, I've heard and seen some abusive relationship dynamics and stuff before, but that shit was fucked. So it's just like, that guy deserves a special place in hell. Like, there's being, like, you know, like, fucking aggressive and, you know, being like a, like, power-hungry fuck, and then there's just being an actual unhinged, absolute fucking psycho son of a bitch. That, frankly, is not worth saving. Honestly, what especially kind of fucking disgusted me about it was just like, you know, where there were some fans of hers that actually, you know, were like mad that she actually had a husband in the first place, not in the fact that the abuse was happening, because they're like, oh my god, that means that, you know, I can't actually potentially get with her. Man, it's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, bruh. See, that's where, like, you know, an element of the whole systemic, you know, alienation of, like, the whole, like, gender norm of patriarchy comes into role. Is with shit like that. Because that's just, like, I mean, that's just what that is. It's just, like, you know, that whole, like, hyper normalized sense of just, like, oh, I can have her because I'm entitled to it because, you know, my weird fucking traditional norms of, you know, having a woman are, you know, totally okay and normal and sane. It's not hell but prison sentence consolidation. I mean, yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like, you know, it should be a little more than that. Finally got email from Mr. Peterschmidt. Oh, I think I've seen this before. I think I know what you're talking about.
But as me and Lois's old man have never gotten along. Hey, I got an email from Mr. Peterschmidt.
Yep. Of course, because Peterschmidt just, you know. I just love how he just, as a rich fuck, just detests Peter. Steam crowd being mad at boobs. Oh my god. Wow. I'm not surprised. Oh my god, there's accusation of booba and it's not mine. Boo. And literally it's not mine, it's not on my body. I don't want those boobs on me. Boo. I want the mommy milkers. Why can't I have them? God, I wish I had them. Like, dude, I swear, like, he's like the most like aggressively like closeted gay trans person that I think I've ever seen. Because like that, like I mean, he literally had like a fucking like. I don't even know. I don't even know if he still does it, but at least he did for like years, where he literally would cross-dress as Anna Kasparian and like try to like pretend to be her, and it's like, what? It's like, dude, it's like, I know you're a quote comedian, but there's just certain things where it's like, dude, you're just like outing yourself more than. At the very least, I'm pretty sure he's like secretly a femboy or something, and he just wants to get insanely railed. Just endlessly, like a chain. It's like one's finished, another one, you know, comes in and usurps the place, claims heir to the throne, to the throne of that ass. What would solve a lot of this with Awww? Nah, you just have to, you know, continue doing it endlessly and constantly. Labor away forever and never. On scale, Freddie Mercury, how you doing? You're 9. You're the more sophisticated, you know, eloquent looking Freddie. I'm kind of feeling for. I'm liking that, where it's just like, nah, fuck you. Because that could be interpreted as like something cutesy, or as like kind of a partial taunt. But then you got like number 1 over here, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm fabulous, bitch. He's just like, I am fabulous, bitch. So I don't know, there's like 1 or 4. There's still time before the robots take over. More the facial expression. Well, also, number 7 has that, pretty much that same facial expression, too. See? It's pretty much kind of the same. Boom. And then, boom. He just has, like, more hair and just looks more, aged. Because that's a younger photo of him. Or at least, looks like it's a little younger. I feel like 7 sizes me up. Yeah, a little bit. The way the photo's taken, it does kind of look like he's sizing you. I was like, do I want you to fuck or get fucked? I love that Freddie Mercury quote. I love to fucking get fucked. Honestly, I wouldn't mind having like a night with Freddie Mercury if I was like put back in time and like met Freddie at his peak, like peak performance Freddie Mercury. And it's like, hey, spend night. It's like, yeah, I'd do it. I totally would accept that. If anything, if he like killed me afterwards, I'd die happy. If it came out that, you know, he was if I came to realize he was actually like a secret serial killer this entire time while being a queen, I would accept that knowledge and be okay with that. Here, let's see what's on Tubi. Oh. Let's see what's on Tubi. Trainwreck TV makes $360 million from gambling. Damn. God damn. Fuck, bro. At that rate, you just got that. You just got your shit on lock. You're like, yep, I know how to fucking, you know, I know the ways of the game. It's like, teach me your ways, dude. Shit, what does he play? Like, Texas Hold'em, blackjack? Like, what the fuck? If I ever get transported into the future to only see barren wasteland in my planet where humanity won't thrive, my reaction would be, yeah. Yeah, it seems about right. Yeah, honestly. If I was in the, if I went to the future, like, 200 years in the future, and I just saw, like, a toxified wasteland of, like, weird mutant creatures and shit. Yeah. I mean, I would just be like, yeah, I'm not surprised. This seems accurate. Alvin and the Chipmunks, but with their actual voices? Huh? Okay, I'm curious.
It's going! It's going! Whoa! Of this stupid tree! Whoa! Will you jump already? Ooh, muffin!
Ooh, muffins. You know what? It's honestly, like, Theodore sounds like a stoner. Okay, I forgot how blech this movie was.
I'm not talking to chipmunks.
So, how's that working for you, Dave?
What's this thing?
Why do the Chipmunks actually, weirdly enough, seem tolerable? Like, they actually seem, like, tolerable. They slowed it down, therefore making them sound normal. No, they pitched the voice, like, they're not slowed down, they actually did pitch it down, straight up. But, this dude's a good actor, why did he agree to this? I don't know, man.
Hey, Dave, do all humans have houses that smell like sweat socks? Dave likes to wear...
Okay, Jesus Christ. No. Alright, there's something at the peak here. Oh, it's just more of this shit. Okay, whatever. Oh, okay. No, I forgot how horrible. Oh my fucking god. Growing up, I watched this multiple times. I don't fucking know why. I mean, the voices, I mean, without the singing, but at least with, like, the voices just as is, like, they're actually tolerable. And Theodore, even though I only heard him once, like, he actually sounded like a little bit of a stoner bro. So, I actually kind of vibe with Theodore's regular voice a little bit. And Alvin, like, he sounds fine. I mean, he just sounds too happy. He needs to, like, chill with the optimism a little bit. And Simon, he sounds fine, I guess. I mean, they don't sound annoying. That shit tastes growing up, and I still felt no desire to see that movie again after I watched. I really don't know why. I don't know what compelled me. Jason Lee, why? I know. I think it was mainly because of Jason Lee. Mainly because, my parents just having a fucking movie. And of course, I'm just like, yeah, let me just, check this out. Yeah, I like this movie. Like, there's, like, kind of another, kind of low-key, cringy movie that I remember kind of liking. What the fuck was it called? Oh, the fucking, I rewatched first. Oh, yeah, yep, Scooby-Doo, yep. The live-action ones. Honestly, like, in a weird way, though, like, those are at least memed a little bit, so, in a sense, I can kind of see a little bit of, like, a mild, like, interest into it because of memes, but, oh, and also, at least in the director's cut, Velma does some sexy dancing and singing, and it's actually like, oh. Also, yep, the Jim Carrey's Grinch. Oh, fucking Cat in the Hat. The live action. Oh, fucking God. I saw that movie. I saw that in theaters. Oh, my God. That was... oh, my fucking God. Nothing can fucking explain away that, really. I just have to admit that, yeah, that happened, and I just have to own up to it. Thank God I never saw it again. But Jesus Christ, that movie was just fucking god awful. $6:30 dinner with me. I can cancel that again. 7 o'clock. Rest of my self-loathing booked. If I bump to loathing to 9, I will have time to lay in bed, stare at the ceiling, and slip slowly into madness. Yep. In fact, I'm gonna save that. Good meme. Good memes. Oh, little baby dreaming. Whoa. Okay, this is pretty cool. That right there is pretty cool, I tell you what. So I think I'm just gonna download and save that. That's right. Jack and Grinch fusion. That is actually like legit pretty fucking cool. Like the Grinch actually does kind of work as like kind of a Halloween-esque type of character a little bit. Or a show story about the Grinch decided to call him Everest. You know, it can't hit him with, you know, it can't get hit with the copyright and shit. Don't want that. Be like, hey, you're using our character, you can't do that. Man, there's not really much on the tube. Seriously? Boo. Okay, so YouTube really wants me to see this whole, like, Hassan reacting to Trainwrecks making 360 million on gambling. Like, fuck. And I already know I'm not exactly gonna like Hassan's take on it because he's anti-gambling. And he wants it, like, prohibited on Twitch and shit. And it's like, bro, it's like, dude, chill. Like, you cannot like gambling and, you know, not fucking, you know, try to, like, ruin it for, you know, everyone else's fun, bro. It's like, come on. It's like, regulate it, sure, but don't fucking, like, have it prohibited. I think Vosh is the same way too. And it's like what? It's like what the fuck? It's like what the hell? It's like can a man not gamble? can we not gamble every now and then? It's like I don't even like do it that often. I actually rarely ever do it, but like fuck. It's like I know, you know, there obviously is, you know, some, you know, problems that, you know, come from gambling and shit, but I mean, goddamn. Let's go to the zoo and bet on animal fights. Giraffes. Round 2! I mean, I normally would, but every time I go to the Oregon Zoo, they're all just, like, lazy and just chilling. Like, even our polar bears, like, they don't really do shit. They just, like, laze around and just, like, chill all day. Just being fat little bears. Well, fat honking bears. Sorry, they're not little, they're fucking huge, but... Like, I remember once where one of them was just kind of, like, back when I did, like, one of the school field trips at the zoo, like, where one of them was just straight up, like, straight up just vibing in the water, just like... With its head, like, above the water, but it's like, just floating and vibing. Well, the other one was kind of like wandering around, playing around with a ball or something. Not a huge zoo fan. What's enough for me? I'm like okay with them. I mean, like when it comes to them, like I would say that at least, you know, places like the Oregon Zoo, at least, you know, are better examples. I think what they could be and what they should be, because places like the Oregon Zoo actually has recently expanded their elephant exhibit. and from their more smaller exhibit that they had. So at this point now they have a bigger exhibit, so they have more to run around and roam around in, and I've actually kind of expanded a couple other areas a little bit too, and actually and has a fairly decent track record of of caring for the animals and shit. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some bullshit like with enough digging and stuff, but at least when it comes to what I have heard about zoos that aren't like done ethically, the Oregon Zoo isn't exactly that. Which is why I don't mind it, because, well, the zoo, at least around here, is actually, like, actually decent, like, and to the animals, too. I actually remember going to the zoo in Billings, Montana, and honestly, it wasn't, like, depressing, but it was kind of almost like that, because it wasn't really big, for one. Well, it was, but it wasn't big in a sense of like how many animals they have there. And the ones that they did have were more like native regional ones that you could find really in the wild, because they had an exhibit where they had some bald eagles, but they were just hiding in a tree somewhere. They weren't even nowhere near like where you can see them, which to the bald eagle exhibit at our zoo is 5,000 times way cooler, because they have like this little inlet where you can go in, and you actually have like a little balcony area to where you can kind of lean over and shit a little bit, where they have like a little bit of like some fencing, but they have it open to where if one of the eagles decides to want to flex its shit a little bit and wants to hang out on a balcony a little bit, like it'll do that, especially when like the zoo guides and shit, are doing their thing and bring treats over and shit. Like that's fucking cool. Because there was one time, they never landed on the balcony, but there was like this branch that was like 5 feet away, and it just like, just landed there and just stared at everybody, and it was just like, whoa. And those birds, especially up close, are fucking really like, it's like, they're almost like intimidating to look at, because it's like, oh shit. Like, that bird will fuck me up. We also have we used to have a meerkat exhibit that I fucking loved because it was awesome. They had like at least like a dozen of them, and they would just all like be out and about chilling, scurrying around, checking everybody out and stuff. And they were just the most cutest little things. But then they got rid of them. I don't know what they did with them. They probably got moved to another zoo or somewhere else, something like that, I imagine. But they don't have them anymore. I'm sad. It's like, man. I think they have like armadillos or something in there now, which is fine, but it's like, man, you got rid of the meerkats? Boo. And they were so chunky too. They were very well fed. Like, they were chunks. Like, for meerkats, they were chunky boys. Or, well, chunky girls too. I have a fear every time I go to the aquarium that fish are gonna try to bust out, and we got fucking whale sharks. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I've been to the aquarium at Seaside, and that is really fucking cool because it's partially attached to the Oregon State research over there of the Oregon State University, and it like a lot of tours and a lot of stuff they can take there are really awesome and shit. Because they have like a few aquariums and they have sea lions there too and a few other things and shit. But it's not like, a place where it's like you fucking, are going to see like, dolphins, having like, some sort of entertainment spectacle or some shit. They don't got anything like that. I think every now and then they'll, like I would do Zukov, have, their sea lions, do a couple tricks, for some fish and stuff. But, they're also, like I said, pretty well taken care of, and they're also kind of chunky too. It's been a long time since I've been there, though, so I kind of want to go there again. I may have asked once if the glass would hold if that happened. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that like thick-ass plexiglass is able to, but you never know, man. They'll know what happened. Yeah, until it does, and then you'll be drowning. You'll be a drowning dumbass, and then maybe eating one too. Yep. See, it's like, I don't know, man. Don't take chances. You never know if someone botched the work, bitch. You don't want that. Mm-mm. Sure. What is this? Venezuela New World Power? Power Survivor 4 meme gameplay thing? Okay. That's what it was. Now you can see the fantastical whale sharks. Guess wow! And then crack. Honestly, like, whale sharks are fucking really fucking cool. But they shouldn't be in a goddamn aquarium, though. Because they're huge. Like, I mean, like, why would you want them in cramped ass little fucking aquarium? Like, I mean, certain animals just need to have, like, not just an aquarium, but, like, I don't know, like, a way to where it's, like, partially attached to the fucking, like, actual, like, coast or something. So, like, if you have a whale shark, then you can have, like, you know, this, you know, fucking, like, cordon off space and shit, you know, where it's kind of, like, walled off to a certain extent, but water and, you know, and all that shit obviously can still kind of, you know, peep through. But, you know, the animals that are enclosed in them can't. So, it's just like, why not just do that? If we're gonna have, you know, especially, like, you know, dolphins, whale sharks, or shit like that in aquariums, like, because without that, you just have them in cramped ass, like, little cages, basically. It's just like, fuck that. Sea creature uprising, bro. I know, man. See, we don't know what we're fucking with, like, when it comes to this shit, man. I mean, because, like, hey, you know, try to fucking, you know, like, get the word out there, but no one says it. They all want dog on them. It's like, oh, you're just a bunch of weird ass environmentalists, fuck joke, fuck, whatever the fuck, you know. It's like, nah, man. The mastermind, the octopus. Yep. Exactly. We know who's really fucking behind it all. Especially that one. That one's got, like, some crowns and shit on his fucking head. Like, that motherfucker's ready for war, dude. Is there really not much on the tube here? Really? Boo. The only thing that keeps us safe is their feud of squids. Also, they destroy each other before they set their sights on us. Well, you know, eventually they're gonna, you know, gain enough of intelligence and enough back and forth with each other, communication, where it's like, hey, you know, solidarity. You know, it's like, oh shit, then we're really fucked. Because you know the motherfuckers do it. You know they're gonna fucking do that shit. It's like, oh fuck. Gonna get outright murked. We're doing what humans can't work together and organize. Yes. It's like, oh god. Oh no. George Floyd's family sues Kanye West for $250 million. Nice. Nice, based. I mean, pretty much, like, did outright defamation and basically did a crazy fucking weird, unhinged, like, conspiratorial rant about, like, what he was doing or whatever the fuck. Where I guess, like, you know, I don't even remember half the shit, but it was like, I guess he had, like, a buddy that, like, purposely, like, magically, like, put fentanyl in him or something, and fucking, like, basically, like, possess, like, you know, the event to happen, or like, just some weird, crazy fucking shit. like, legit unhinged. Did I write a story about squid-like creatures torturing a mortal man for millions of years? Oh my god. It's like, hey, we gained mortality, and then, you know, it's just like the last, you know, the only person to get it, you know, it's like the last one alive after the fucking sea creature revolution, and it's like, oh god. I must bear the sins of all of man. No! He'll be the Jesus, you know, for the sea creatures. It's like, all of man has died for this, yeah, and he shall bear their sins. Damn, what if he actually was second coming Jesus and God basically sent him back to be like, yo, you're just gonna be tortured by sea creatures forever. It would fit his personality. Oh, what a sleepy boy. You look so sleepy. What was that? You just did like a little, You waving me off over there? I'll show you the story of Mary Dasper Clown and eventually only him and a gorilla named Constantine, who also is immoral. Nanobots. Nice. Still, basically gains immortality. But wouldn't those, like, nanobots eventually, like be, you know, damaged to the point of being, like, destroyed? Well, quit fucking smacking yourself in the face, dude. Constantine rips off his limbs several times. Ugh. The real strong bots. Well, I guess it is nanobot technology. I mean, by the time that shit happens, you know, on a more regular basis and more commercialized basis, I mean, who knows what they'd be capable of. Who knows, they might end up becoming the gray goo. And then, you know, like the blob, gobbles up all of humanity. I honestly don't like how the blob ends. Where it's just like, hey, basically we freeze it. It's just like, how in the fuck do you think it, you know, got there? Through space, where it's fucking cold. Like, what? Like, that doesn't exactly make sense. And also, there's the poles. So, yeah, if the blob, you know, gobbles up all the Earth, then it evidently won't be able to, you know, at least in certain times in season, at least especially for the North and South Poles, because of the cold. So, like, huh? Like, there's definitely some plot holes. And it's just like, no, the blob needs to win. We need a movie of the blob where the blob wins. And then you just see, like, in the ending of the movie, it's just like, you know, one of the tendrils going to the ISS, getting the last few, you know. That's the way it needs to end. Just about to gobble up that ISS, just floating out there. Keep in mind, this future version of the protagonist is going back in time to warn his younger self who, should heed his warning, will die in agonizing disease in a decade. Ooh. So he just, like, basically is just doomed to suffer. Oof. At that point, it's just like, well, I'm just gonna eat some lead. Like, nope. I'm Robloxing myself. I'm out. What you pick? Well, I just answered. I'm out, baby. Bye. I'm Robloxing myself that time at that rate. 10 years of immortality. Well, if I'm basically going to be suffering and just being in agony and all that shit no matter what, then, I mean, yeah. But if I at least, you know, if that's not on the table, it's just simply like 10 years or immortality, I mean, I would probably just pick immortality. Because I'm assuming I can also have an eject button if I want. Like immortality with like caveat that if I want to be like, alright, I'm done. I've done everything. I'm good with life now. Either the aliens or the disease or prolonged isolation. Oh my god. Not this kind, sorry. Well, yeah. Then 10 years. Fuck that. No. Well, yeah, I'm Robloxing myself, if anything. I'll just use the 10 years to just, like, create, like, an elaborate, like, crazy, insane, you know, way to do it. So. It's like, you don't really leave me with many options on that one. Nanobots, we got this. Come on, nanobots. I mean, I also want nanobots because then that implies that you can kind of, like, transhumanize yourself, too. So if I wanted to, I can have, like, you know, like a more, like, I could basically literally be a furry. Instead of just like, I'm a furry, I can literally be like, hey, I'm going to be fucking, like, literally a furry. Blomp. Now I look like a fucking Anthro Husky. You know, it's like, boom, nanobots, baby. See, that's why I'm, like, you know, down with the nanobots. I want, like, the nanobots, transhumanism, because then, you know, at that point, you just, like, essentially, you know, have the ability to maximize, you know, your own identity and your own sense of self. Which, you know, I kind of vibe with that. Because let's say I want to change it up a little bit, you know, and maybe go back into a sense of just being like this, or a different, you know, type of thing, or if I want, I can, you know, have different sexual parts and shit, you know, like different genitalia or whatever the fuck, like, boom, nanobots, baby. I mean, I would assume that it would probably take, you know, a period of time for the nanobots, you know, to transition, but, you know, at the end of the day, hell yeah, bro. Probably being like a little, like, comatosis, like, pod or something, while you just kind of sit there and just, like, rest or some shit while nanobots do its thing. The story was actually formed from a dream. I was underwater and saw a giant pipe coral thing with these squid things swimming out, which I chose to call pipettes. Or pipettes. Honestly, like, I still remember this crazy ass dream I had in Texas back in 2018 and shit, that I still want to fucking make into, like, at least a little short story. I think I've told it before, but basically, like, the general gist is, like, I remember waking up and ladder pronunciation, pipettes. I kind of figured, but yeah, but like the general gist, at least with my dream, was that, like, I remember waking up, you know, to some crazy ass, like loud, like, explosive, like, insane rumbling sounds and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I look outside and I'm seeing just, like, an insane mass of dust, but, like, this very vague, like, silhouette of something in the background, like it just fucking landed, you know, or like something landed or some shit. And then off in the distance, I've seen, like, similar, like, tiny silhouettes coming down as well. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And I'm just sitting here like, whoa. Like, yo, what's going on? And then as I'm just, like, kind of looking and trying to make out what this is, like, as the dust starts to kind of dissipate a little bit and, like, you know, expand out, like, a lot of these smaller fucking, you know, of various sizes of, like, different little, like, craft, you know, started popping out. Like, I couldn't really make out, like, what exactly the shapes are, but you know, just like, you know, probably like some bigger gunships, fucking transports, fighter craft, you know, shit like that, I'd imagine. And fucking, you know, and then as like the dust starts to dissipate further, to where I'm starting to actually kind of see what the silhouette is, which is basically like this alien drop ship of a fucking thing or some shit. But as I'm just getting all those details and starting to see more of like this shit happening, I literally wake up to the smell of bacon and being like, God damn it. And I woke up like immediately like, whoa, like all kind of like, holy shit, whoa, what the hell? And I looked outside and, you know, obviously it was fine. And I was like kind of looking back like, that was fucking vivid. I mean, and even though like it was a really short little vivid burst of dream, like, you know, like, I mean, the dream itself probably, at least when it came to like the overall like back and forth, you know, of like at least envisioning, you know, it in my head, it's probably like a couple minutes, you know, because like, because more or less it's just mainly me standing there just staring at that shit. Like, I mean, so there's nothing really much like, you know, when it comes to like detail to it, but nonetheless it's, you know, was insanely type of fucking like you know, like really vivid with it. If dreams are glimpses into other realities, rip dimension 5667 ignore. I know. Yeah, it's like I just like, you know, partially slipped into another ignore, and I'm just like, oh fuck, well he died. He died to an alien invasion. Shit. Well, not necessarily though, because I mean, it wasn't like, you know, all the dust and shit is like a shockwave that's gonna like like a nuclear bomb or something. It was just all the dust from the ground and like, you know, it like, you know, and all that shit. Because where I was staying at, it was mostly like a lot of savanna grassland shit, so there would have been a lot of dust kick up. But my brain probably thought more like, you know, Mad Max level, like dust storm shit, even though, like, in reality, it probably wouldn't have been like that. It would have created a lot of crazy shit and commotion and all that, but, you know, not to, like, the level my dream was making it out to be. When you die, 5667 ignore. Sucks, don't it? So, yeah. It's like, shut up, man. It's like, I saw what happened that one time, but, man, you don't gotta fucking get at me about it. Come on, bro. At least I made a story out of your fucking reality. And it's sold. And you know what? In my story, you lived, bitch. You went out like a pussy this round. But in my fantasy, you was a hero. Asshole. Two eggnogs into one eggnog, a Fred, and a hardly leave. Yep. Here. Is there any other random shit on a good old tube? No, really? Not really much. I'm getting recommended a TJ stream from 4 years ago. Driving to Wendy's. I think I saw this one back when he did it. Like, did he actually next video banned from Wendy's? Yeah, I have a like on it, yeah. I remember seeing what happened. Oops, there we go. Did he already get the, Oh. He actually, yeah, he ordered it, like, he actually, oh my god.
Bacon cheeseburgers, and that'll be all.
2265.
Alright. Oh, by the way, I have a coupon for $2 off a combo.
What combo?
It says any combo. affirmation of that.
Just kind of left him hanging on that one.
Saving that $2 motherfucking dollars.
God, that go. Yeah, man, that shit will go a long way these days. Let alone 4 years ago.
You ordered like, cause I'm trying to pee. For the second window. No Frosty, who are you? I hate Frosties. Fuck Frosties. If I'm gonna drink a shake, I'm gonna drink a fucking shake. You can't drink a fucking Frosty. It's too thick. Fuck that. Not my thing. Not my speed, bitch.
I wonder if it feels the same way about this now.
Yeah, bad milkshakes. It's just a milkshake that's too thick to drink. Who the fuck wants that? Boo. Do not want...
Well, what do you think a milkshake is? Like, when it's nice, freshly made and still cold, it's still like... bitch, I've had milkshakes that are what you're describing. Edgelord TJ being a contrarian.
Why you wheel swing so much? What the fuck are you yammering about, you insipid fucking retard?
I love how he's doing the stream while at a drive-thru in a Wendy's. Sir, this is literally a Wendy's. Literally a Wendy's, sir.
Water is wet.
I just want to see the interaction with the other person.
Ice flicks. You do.
Oh, here we go, here we go.
It's live. Go annoy the shit out of him instead, then.
How you doing, sir? 2045.
Alright.
Hi, news, sir. 24/5. Hey, TJ Sono looks really awkward and just like, human interaction. Oh, God.
Thank you.
You got all the shit? No, not yet. The sound of a fast food joint.
Rank them? I'm not an asshole. I'm just gonna take my food and go. Like a reasonable human being.
I figured he wouldn't be interacting with the chat while he's actually at the window, but I guess he is. All nostalgia and reminisce of these streams, oh my lord. I forgot how, like, it's just funny this was back when it happened. I don't think I chatted in it, I just remember being there for it. He's just like, oh god, they're fucking my shit up, oh no. Man, these days, like, I mean, shit, like, I mean, usually, like, fast food takes a little quicker than this. This ain't fast. He's having to wait there for a minute. What the hell? Like, got his drinks. Like, those are right there, lickety-split. Like, usually you want to get those, like, right when you get the food. Alright? Wow, he's really having... Jeez, they really made him wait, didn't they? Oh my god. How long does that... Oh, not that long.
Thank you.
There we go, boom. Got it. Hey, but he had to wait, like, what? Like 3 fucking minutes or something? Or 5? He was in there for a fat fucking minute. Took him all that time to acquire that food. Just for some burgers? And some fries? It's like, come on now. Like, shit, when I get, like, you know, some tacos at the fucking, like, Taco Bell, it literally takes, like, 2 minutes. Like, the last time I went there, being like, hey, you know, I paid yesterday, but it was closed. Will you all let me, you know, get the hookup? You know, like, if anything, they gave us free drinks. Because of that. They're like, oh, here, yeah, we'll let you have some free drinks. And then, like, not even, like, 30 seconds later, they came out and was like, here you go. And I was like, oh, shit, fuck. Hell yeah. Oh, fucking DJ. And I've done streams in public in various different places and various different situations, but I want to be doing it for a drive-thru. Well, maybe once. I don't know. Maybe there'll be like one day I might do it just because fuck it. It's like, you know what? I'm hungry. Let's go to drive-thru. Well, also speaking of food, though, I kind of want some ramen. So, I think I'll call it good here and make me up some good old ramen and feast out and all that shit. So, peace out, and of course, I shall be back around.